Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. For today's video I am doing a set of freehand nail art. I'm doing LILO and Stitch themed nails. This was a request from one of my followers over on Instagram, so I have decided to give it my best shot. I'm using the Sparkle Supplies extra long tips for this set. I really love these tips. I would never go with this length for my own nails. I'd end up picking an eye out, but they are really nice to do freehand nail art on. I am starting off with the baby finger as I always do. I'll start off with the baby finger and work my way over. I'm using the Madam Glam pink gel polish. I think it's called Barbie Pink. It's a really nice gel polish. I really like Madam Glam gel polishes. They're a bit more on the high end, a bit more expensive, but they are really nice. I've given it a good coat on there. I've cured it for 30 seconds and then I've gone in with a matte top coat. This is a Unique matte top coat. It's a really nice matte top coat, one of my favourites. I always go in with a matte top coat when I'm doing freehand because I find the gel paint sticks to it easier and you also don't get the glare from your light on the nail, so it's easier to see what you're doing. On this nail I'm simply just writing the word aloha. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I believe it's the Hawaiian way of saying hello, as LILO and Stitch is based in Hawaii, I believe, so that's what I'm going with. Quite simple. I quite often do text on a baby finger when I'm doing freehand nail art because I don't have much room to do like any wacky designs, so I quite often do a text, as you may have seen in my previous nail art videos. I'm using the Ica white gel polish, which I actually really like. It is a really good gel polish. Ica is a really affordable brand over on Amazon. They sell wicked gel polishes. I've not got a complaint about any of them. Their black is absolutely incredible. But I'm literally just doing this and I'm going to leave it wet and I'm going to sugar it with some sparkly clear glitter that I got from Crafty Fox 251. Crafty Fox 251, you've probably seen multiple hauls on my channel now. She sells a huge range of products, really affordable, over on Etsy. So this is just a glitter to sort of add a bit of sparkle, but it's got no colour to it. I'm literally just sugaring the text and then I'll cure it for 30 seconds again and then I'll just simply brush it off. And that'll be that nail all done. I did debate adding a rhinestone, but because of my rhinestone placement later on I decided it might be a bit too much if I added one onto here too, so I just left it as it was. And then I'm moving on to the ring finger, where I'm just doing a full nail in white for the moment. Whenever I'm doing freehand nail art of like a character or, you know, something along those lines, I like to have a white canvas to work on. I will give it a good layer of white, I'll cure that for 30 seconds, I'll give it a good top coat of matte top coat, I'll cure that for 60 seconds and I'll do my design on that. I find that it makes the colours more bolder, I find it's easier to see what you're painting and you don't actually have any white on the nail by the end of it, but it's just a good base colour to work with just to make sure the colours on your design really pop. For the first time ever I decided to go in with a pencil first. I never actually draw out my designs normally, I'll just go straight in and paint them, but I wanted to try and do it with a pencil this time because it's just a little bit easier to get your proportions right. If you're not happy with your proportions you can easily just redo them and you're not wasting no gel polish or anything like that. But I was actually really happy with my proportion sizes straight away, so I went in with my gel polish. This is the nail that I will be painting Stitch on. It took me quite a while to paint him, and yeah, I do apologise for this video being so long, but freehand nail art like takes me ages. This I actually was faffing about with the set for over a week. You'll actually see later on in the video that my nails are completely different as well because like I didn't do this all in one day. Freehand nail art does take me a while. This is also why I have to speed my footage up in my videos. A lot of these clips are speeded up by 4 times, if not by 6 times, because it's literally a couple of hours worth of footage that I have to try and squeeze into a reasonably sized video, which can be quite hard. But yeah, I'm just painting Stitch's face here. You'll see it looks a little bit sheer, but I always go back in and give it more coats. I'm just getting that initial coat on and just making sure it all looks okay, and then I will go in with a couple more further coats just to make sure that pigment is nice and opaque and it all looks good. I'm using a couple of different polishes here. I'm using one blue from Zane Gel Polish Kit that I recently reviewed on my YouTube. Again, another good bunch of gel polishes that are super affordable and generally pretty nice gel polishes. and also the Ica Blue, which, like I've already said, I really like Ica gel polish. I think they're really good considering how affordable they are. I'm also using my Kikai detailer brush, which is my go-to brush always when I'm doing freehand nail art. I absolutely love it, and it's the most affordable brush, but it's just the best. I've actually just purchased a liner brush from Ica. I'm so excited, I can't even tell you. It was like £1.32 or something like that off AliExpress. But if they're anything like the detailer brushes, I know I'm going to absolutely love it. Aggie actually originally mentioned it to me. She says she'll let me know how she gets on with it when it arrives, but I've just decided to go ahead and purchase one for myself anyway, because I just know I'm going to love it. Ica have amazing brushes. But yeah, that's going to up my game with doing lines a lot more, because it's one thing I really struggle with, but I've never had a decent liner brush. As you can see here, I've just gone in with the Model Ones purple from the lipstick collection and done his ears, and I'm now going back in with that Zane gel polish, wet and painting his arms. It all looks a bit of a mess at the minute, but once I've added another layer of the colours on and then I've outlined with black, it all comes together pretty well, and I'm actually really happy with the results. But like I will always say, like, get the base colours down first, get that all complete, and then go around with your outline of the black. Don't go in with the outline of the black before you finish the base colour of the design, if that makes sense. I'm really not very good at doing these voiceovers. This is why for so long I literally just put music on with my nail art and just let you guys crack on and watch it, and just didn't say a word because I'm really not very good at these voiceovers. But for the background or stitch, I'm going in with this really nice sort of muted pink colour from the Model Ones lipstick collection again, just to give a background because I didn't want that white. I'll also be using this colour for the middle finger as well. I just wanted a nice subtle pink that sort of just, yeah, wasn't too bright and in your face, because I've got the neon pink on the other nails, and then the blue's quite vivid as well. I just wanted something quite toned down and muted. I'm going in with it quite thin again. I will give it another coat off camera just to sort of make sure all areas are covered and it looks even, because at the minute it doesn't look even. With freehand nail art, it's going to be a bit lumpy and bumpy whilst you're painting, because you are doing so many different elements, but I will just give it one good coat of top coat and it generally evens out and looks absolutely fine. But like, yeah, just make sure that if it is a bit lumpy and bumpy and just uneven where you've done different elements, a good layer of top coat will solve the issues. I'm also getting in with a layer of the matte top coat before I do the outline of the black, simply because outlining can be quite difficult. You might find you accidentally do a line that's a little bit too thick, or it's not quite in the right place. But if you've top coated in what you've previously done, it's going to be really easy to just wipe off that black if you need to, whereas otherwise it might stick into the nail a bit and it might end up being a bit of a disaster. But as long as you've top coated it, you can just easily wipe it off and remove all that colour and redo it if you need to. Black outlining is definitely very difficult. There's definitely a few bits here which I didn't like Stitch wasn't smiling enough, so later on you'll see that I do edit his sort of cheeky little smile and sort of make it a bit bigger, because I wasn't quite happy with it. Let me know down in the comments below if you've ever seen Lilo and Stitch. I know people have never seen the film, and I find that mind-boggling because it's just such a classic film. It's so cute. I absolutely love Stitch. I think he's meant to be a koala bear. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Stitch is meant to be a koala bear. It's been a long time since I've actually personally sat down and watched the film, but I do remember really enjoying it as a kid. I can't remember a lot of the storyline at all, but I've always loved like the classic old Disney movies. I remember as a kid I used to have like this bed that had shelves built into it. It was like quite a high bed and it had shelves sort of built in underneath, and had loads of Disney movies on video, and I used to love those. And I also had my favourite movies as a kid. I had the Spice Girls movie on video, which was one of my favourites. Flubber has always been one of my all-time favourite films. I used to have that on video. Aristocats. I used to quite enjoy Casper. I used to love all those old films. Flubber's one that I've watched multiple times even as a grown adult. It's a brilliant film. I'd love to show all these old films to my kids as well. My boy will not sit down and watch a film at all. I think the only film he's ever sat down and fully watched was Minions. But I can't wait till he sort of gets to a good age where he'll sit down and watch the classic films with me. My daughter isn't particularly interested either, but I think that's because they're quite old. But I'm sure if they actually sat down and watched them properly, they probably really love them. They're really good, you know, classic old Cinderella and all those kind of films. But yeah, as you would have seen that, I've actually added some glitter onto that, which was kind of pointless because then I went and put a matte top coat over it. And you can't see the glitter at all, so that's kind of a waste of time. But that's Stitch all done, and I'm pretty happy with the results of him. It's a bit hard for me to explain what I'm doing, but I'm hoping like visually you could see how I was going about it. And then I've decided to add on these rhinestones, which are like pink rhinestones but with a blue tint. I believe they're from Sparkle Supplies, but I just wanted to bring a bit of that sort of pink colour from the baby finger onto this one, just to sort of bring it all together. And I just felt like that space above Stitch's ears was a bit too empty, so that's why I decided to go with those rhinestones, and I feel like they work quite nicely. Moving on to the middle finger, see how big this nail is. It looks ridiculous, but I just love these tips for working on. I've gone in with that muted pink colour from Model 1s again. I'm giving it a good matte top coat. I did previously do this nail, well I've done the 2 last nails already, but then I decided I didn't like them. So I decided to redo them, and I actually went quite simplistic with these ones just because the other ones are too chaotic. It just didn't flow together as a nice set of nails, so I've redone them. But here what I'm doing is sort of putting in a Hawaiian kind of flower that is sort of, you see a couple of times on like Lilo and Stitch like film casing and stuff. So I just decided to do that. Essentially it's basically like 4 or 5 love hearts going around in a circle and then conjoined together, and it sort of just creates that like Hawaiian flower look. I'm simply just doing these sort of at the tip of the nail, going diagonally up in just different sizes, very simplistic, and sort of making them look like they're going off the nail on that bit. This nail's a bit all over the place because it's sort of like done a little bit of painting, added some rhinestones, did a little bit more painting, added some more rhinestones, but I was kind of making it up as I went along. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I absolutely love these little butterfly rhinestones. I think they're from Charlie's Nail Art, but I thought they were really cute, and it's just a good little adjustment for this particular set of nails. I thought I've been waiting for a set of nails to use these butterflies on because I really love them. But I'm not usually a fan of big like bulky rhinestones, but with this set being quite like long and wide nails, I thought that a big rhinestone would look quite nice, and yeah, it went quite well. I'm really not very good with rhinestone placement at all in the slightest, but I do try my best. I'm just not very good at it. I've just added in a couple more of those rhinestones from Sparkle Supplies, and then I've got these little pixie crystals. They're literally like little mini triangular crystals. I've got some pink ones again from Sparkle Supplies, and they're really good. They're kind of like caviar beads, but I find that they work better than caviar beads at just sort of filling in those gaps. I would highly recommend them if you're looking for something to fill in gaps with rhinestones and just make the rhinestones sort of blend together better. Pixie crystals are the one. If you find yourself using caviar beads a bit and you don't really like the look of them, like myself, get yourself some pixie crystals. You can get them from AliExpress, or Sparkle Supplies has a good range of them. I have a discount code in my description box at every single one of my videos with Sparkle Supplies that will get you 15% off of your order. So go check them out if you're after something to fill in those gaps with rhinestones. Sparkle Supplies has a couple of different colours, and then you can also get them on AliExpress in a whole range of colours. They are fantastic. They're so tiny, but they really make a difference. But I'm now moving on to the pointer finger. On the middle finger you would have seen I used a dotting tool, and I just added a couple of dark blue dots onto the centre of the flower just to give it a bit more something, you know. Then I've just added the matte top coat and cured it, and yeah, that nail was all done. I just wanted to keep it nice and simplistic. On the pointer finger I am trying to recreate the little leaves that are on Lilo's dress. She wears this little pink dress that has all these cute little white leaves all over it, and that's basically what I was trying to recreate. And I wanted to sugar them just like how I did with the baby finger, just so, you know, it all sort of combines well together again. So I did skip through filming it all because the video was getting on, but I've just sort of painted the leaves like left, right, left, right, left, right, sort of going diagonally up, painted them the best that I can, making sure to leave that little bit in the middle of the pink, because once you sugar the nail, trying to paint back on top of that sugaring is not going to happen. The colour is just going to sort of spread and it'll look like a mess. So I made sure to leave that line in between. I've sugared them, I've cured them, brushed them all off, and this is the finished results. So I'm really sorry that I'm so bad at doing voiceovers. I'm sorry this video has been really long, but I hope you like the set of nails. I'm really happy with them, I'm really proud of them, and yeah, I think they're super cute, so I hope you do too. If you do, please remember to like this video, and other than that, much love to you all, and I shall see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!